In a small village in India, there lived a poor water carrier named Arjun. Every morning before sunrise, Arjun would get up, load 2 pots of water onto a pole, and carry them across his shoulder. He would walk for miles to the nearest river, fill up both pots, and then walk back home. The journey took the entire day. Now, both the pots were old and had tiny holes in them, but one pot had a small hole and the other had a big crack. The pot with the small hole lost just a few drops of water, but the pot with the crack lost almost half of its water by the time Arjun reached home. Naturally, the pot with the crack felt very ashamed of himself. "I'm sorry, Arjun," he would say, "I keep losing so much water. You should replace me with a better pot." Arjun would smile and reply, "Don't be silly. You may have a crack, but that doesn't mean you're not useful. Just be thankful that you don't have a big hole like this one," and Arjun would tap the other pot with his finger. One day, the cracked pot couldn't take it anymore. "I want to be useful," he cried. "I want to do something great, too. I don't want to be just some ordinary pot with a crack in it." As soon as Arjun heard these words, he took both the pots down from the shelf, looked at them closely, and smiled. Then he did something that really surprised the pots. Instead of putting them on the shelf, he put them on the ground outside the house. The next day, the cracked pot couldn't understand why they were outside. All day long, the sun beat down on him, and he was too scared to look at his reflection in the water. But at the end of the day, when Arjun came out to collect the pots, the cracked pot gathered all his courage and asked Arjun, "Why were we put outside? I thought we were going to be thrown away." Arjun looked at the cracked pot and said, "Yesterday I noticed how much water you were losing, and I put some seeds in your bottom. I was hoping you could water them." The cracked pot was confused, "But I have a huge crack. I'll leak all the water and the seeds will die." "That's where you're wrong," Arjun replied. "You may think of your crack as a flaw, but it's actually a wonderful thing. Look closely." The cracked pot looked around and noticed that on the side of the path where it had been lying, beautiful red, yellow, and purple wildflowers had started blooming. But on the other side of the path, where the other pot had been lying, there was nothing but dirt. Every day the cracked pot would lose half its water, and every day those flowers would grow a little taller and a little stronger. Soon, people from the village would come and pick the flowers to decorate their homes. Travelers would stop by just to admire the beautiful wild flowers by the side of the path. And whenever the cracked pot felt sad about its crack, Arjun would smile and say, "See, you may have a crack, but that doesn't mean you're not useful. In fact, it makes you special because it brings water to these flowers every day. You don't just carry water, you bring life," and from that day on, the cracked pot never felt useless again. It realized that although it wasn't perfect, it was still very important, and its imperfections were what made it special. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a young and beautiful princess who had a strange problem. No matter how much she tried, she just couldn't stop sneezing. The princess tried everything, but nothing worked. So her worried parents decided to take her to a wise old wizard living deep inside a dark and scary forest. Have you ever wondered why the sky is blue or how rainbows are formed? Well, if you want to learn more about the amazing world around you,